What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, while Chris Hemsworth's name was the very first one out of the gate during the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement, admittedly, everything we've heard about Thor and Avengers Doomsday up until now, and pardon the pun, has basically spelled doom. And at the very least has been extremely ominous. Start with Chris Hemsworth himself penning what seemed like a heartfelt goodbye to both the character and the audience, posting it to his social media alongside this very same video with his original screen test from 2009, and right before he started filming on Avengers Doomsday. Now, in our analysis of what he posted, and pretty much everybody else read the same thing, there was so much past tense in that message, it certainly felt like he was saying goodbye. And right after that, industry insiders were talking about rumors that Marvel Studios was trying to craft a fitting goodbye or send-off for Thor's character in the upcoming Avengers 5. Now, while we've got plenty of time to speculate on those kind of things, and keep in mind, I still think Marvel's going to make good on that Thor holding Deadpool crying scene that they showed during Deadpool and Wolverine, we're changing gears for just a second to hear about a different role that Thor is playing in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. In fact, one that makes total sense considering who his sidekick and companion is. Last we saw him in Thor Love and Thunder, and a specific cosmic entity that character is tied to. We're going to talk about what these latest rumors are saying about this scene in Avengers Doomsday and the role that love and her connection to eternity play in setting off Thor and his mission for the film. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel, and if you haven't already, or this is your first time finding the channel, I would just kindly invite you to hit the sub button. It's the number one thing you can do to support us at the channel, plus it'll automatically enter you for the giveaways like the tickets and the PS5s. If you want, stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so according to these latest rumors for Avengers Doomsday, Thor's role is going to be pivotal pretty much at the beginning of the film, where Thor is going to be one of the first characters that learns about what's going on in the multiverse, and apparently his heads up is going to come via his sidekick Love. Remember, at the end of Thor Love and Thunder, Love was the wish granted to Gorr by eternity, and when she sees herself in the reflection immediately upon being granted her life, it seems like she has a bit of eternity in her. Now, some people have speculated as to what character she could be, because obviously Love is not a character in the comics, and based on that reflection that to me just implied that eternity was part of her, she does sort of resemble a character from the comics called Singularity. There's also another possibility of a character she could be that is another cosmic being. That is a theory for a totally different video. It's its own tangent. But in the meantime, if eternity is a part of her, given, the fact that eternity granted a wish so that she could exist, it would follow, and given a lot of comic book canon, that she might have some sort of incantation of his power set, at least in the slightest bit. Now, if you're not familiar with eternity, he is one of the most powerful beings in the entirety of the cosmic hierarchy. Way up there, and has powers like omnipotence and omniscience. And in fact, in one specific case during the trial of Reed Richards, in which he's trying to explain to all of the jurors, which are mortal beings, that Galactus is imperative for the balance in the universe, instead of explaining all this, and with millions of onlookers, he just grants them all a temporary state of cosmic awareness so they can basically just know it for themselves instead of him having to explain it. And he's able to do that. So while Eternity himself may have omniscience, that cosmic awareness, that basically all-knowing or awareness of what's going on in the multiverse, could be because of who Love is and her connection to eternity, which gives Thor the heads up that something is wrong and sets him up on his mission. Now, there have been a couple of rumors about what he may be looking to do during Avengers Doomsday, and one prevailing theory is that he might actually be looking for Loki in order to warn him about the impending coming of Doctor Doom. But you gotta remember, at least right now, Thor thinks that Loki is gone. He has no idea not only about all the things that have gone down with Kang and Loki during Season 1 and Season 2 and the multiverse and any of that. Thor, as far as we know, doesn't know anything about the multiverse. Up until now, that's been a certain select group of 616 characters that haven't involved the Thor storyline. Now, he might know something about it, but as far as being involved with the whole multiverse thing, no, not yet, and I don't see any reason why off-screen he would have been filled in on what's been going on with Loki. I suspect when he finds out that Loki is alive, that's going to be a big moment, something they're going to want to show us on screen, so I'm not so sure that his whole thing about going to find Loki first, that theory that's been floating around, is exactly correct. More likely the case, he'll be looking to find and assemble Avengers to fight the oncoming threat, but that one's a little weird too, because think about it, last we know he was raising Love and maybe fighting cosmic threats, but we really haven't seen him be in touch with any of the characters on the 616 in quite some time. Star-Lord and the Guardians of the Galaxy would be the last. Even still, any connection with the Avengers or the going-ons in the Multiverse Saga and the 616, so he's just going to show up and not really know who the Avengers are, and he will of course know of Sam Wilson and some of the others, but his main point of contact, and we all know it, is most likely going to be Bruce Banner and the Hulk. He'll also know Captain Marvel from the events, obviously, of Avengers Endgame, but Bruce Banner's his boy, and while we have all the rumors in the world that something's going to happen to Professor Hulk and he's probably going to revert to Savage Hulk in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is now a prequel, meaning if he reverts to Savage Hulk during that film, he probably won't be Professor Hulk by the time we start Avengers Doomsday. Still, I think fans all want that, and he has a lot of experience, that is Thor, in dealing with Savage Hulk. That's in fact one of Savage Hulk's friends from Thor Ragnarok. So more likely than not, the first people he gets in touch with after he finds out that something is coming and that the multiverse is not okay is most likely Bruce Banner, which puts him in touch with Wong and Captain Marvel and that little syndicate of Avengers before they end up merging with the new Avengers, which we suspect will happen and during very early parts of Avengers Doomsday. Speaking of which, this sounds like it's something that's going to go down at the very beginning of the film. Now, this does leave some unanswered questions as to what these sort of cosmic beings like the Living Tribunal, Eternity, Infinity, Entropy, and we have been introduced to Death, and those four that I just mentioned last were the four cosmic beings that were on the panels in the Guardians of the Galaxy Orb of the Power Stone Chamber. At the beginning of the film, we see that same room again in Avengers Endgame. Those four cosmic beings are present with the 6 Infinity Stones, so they're basically confirmed to be in the MCU. Now, during the Multiverse Saga, we've seen the Living Tribunal on screen very briefly during Multiverse of Madness, but he's not one of those four entities. Of the four, we've been introduced to Eternity and Death. We haven't seen Infinity or Entropy. And I'm super curious to see if Marvel Studios has any plans for either of those characters or what the Cosmic Beings Ultra Top Hierarchy, what kind of role they're going to have and what's going on with the multiverse and allowing Doctor Doom to basically do what he's about to do in Avengers Doomsday. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below about any and all of this. I'm all ears as always. Quickly about the giveaway stuff. We are still giving away PS5s. We just announced a brand new winner for Ironheart. The next one is for Fantastic Four. We'll also do another couple rounds of Fantastic Four ticket giveaways in the coming weeks. All you got to do be a sub, leave a comment, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, with original music under the name All Fires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.